What up, Pokedet? In this video, I'm going to go over what I do post-rotation with my deck building supplies and cards and that kind of thing. So this is kind of my setup, what I'm using to kind of build decks with. So my main setup is within this binder. So I'll get these out of here for the moment. Um, so in the binder here, I have all the playable, well, not playable, I have all items at, well, the very front. I've got all the A specs that we have. Then I go into all the items and tools are together. And again, I have them in order on when they've come out, but they go in they go in reverse order. So at the very front, I have what just came out in Ascended Heroes, right, with our last eye. So I have Ascended Heroes, then I'll have uh, Phantasmal Flames into Mega. Again, this goes backwards because it's what helps me when I'm looking. I want to look at the front at the newest stuff. So then as we go back, we go through I into H and then into G. And so now that we're losing G, I need to take them out of the binder, get them moved, get the other cards moved, so then I can start putting J into the binder. So a couple other things here with the binder um, is if it's upright, that means I have a play set in the binder. So I put 4 in here, right? So it's sitting upright, so that means I've got 4 nest balls in here. It just makes it easy when I'm deck building for Parker and I to know that it's a play set. If it's upside down, that means it's not a full play set. So I must have grabbed some bravery charms for a deck, and so then what happens if I need those? Then I have all the extra set aside, and I can go searching for it. So, like for an example, I used a Buddy Buddy Poffin the other day. So if I wanted to fill up the binder, this has all the extras, everything um, outside of G. I already took G out of here a while ago, but so this has H and I, and it's divided by items and tools, supporters, stadiums, and energies in the very back. So again, if I needed a Buddy Buddy Poffin, I can go over here and I can search. These aren't in any particular order. I just toss them in there if that's what they're in, and so then I'll search. And whenever I come across, oh, Buddy Buddy's not I though, so that's I. So that's why we weren't finding no Buddy Buddy. So there you go. So I need a Buddy Buddy to make that a play set. And so then now I can turn it right side up. So next time when I'm building, I now know I have a play set of that Buddy Buddy Poffin. Um, so when we get close to rotation, um, I will put what's going to go out of rotation in another set here. So I have all of our G's are in our other binder, are in these other ET. Well, I guess these aren't ETB boxes, but I usually put them in ETB boxes. So in here, I have one with supporters and one with items, tools, stadiums, and the reason I do that is sometimes we get those back in play. Rarely do supporters come back in, but maybe we'll get Professor's research back, and right now they're all going in the box. So if something comes back, then I can go find it. And so that's what happened with Air Balloon, right? Air Balloon was a D. So if any of you were still playing uh, with deregulation, so we had a bunch of air balloons that I had stashed away in an ETB. And so I'll mark these off. This is going to be the G items and other trainer cards that aren't supporters. So if any of those come back in rotation, I can go and find them, and I don't have to be buying a whole bunch of the new ones when they first come out. So um, So when we have rotation, I have separate. Usually, again, it's usually um, ETBs that I have set aside. Let's see, that's supporters. So we'll get that one out of here. So now I'll go through and I'll take out all of the cards we have that are G and they're rotating out, and I'm going to put them in the boxes. Now, with any of these really nice ones like golds, um, if there's like full arts or anything like that, ones I really like, these will end up going in like a trade binder, or they'll go back into their regular binder if I haven't already put this one in. What is that? Battle style? Is this battle styles? Is this base set? Might be base set. Sword and shield. Man, I can't remember. So if I don't have this already in the base set binder, I'll go find it and I'll put it in that binder. Um, so cards like this I'll set aside and I'll go find where they go. Um, Otherwise, all the other ones they're now they're now out of rotation. Um, so I don't need them in here. If we have ones that are in rotation, right? So um, I don't know. I think we got energy retrieval back in here. Um, Energy switch. You guys have to let me know in the comments, right? I think we got energy retrieval in black and white, and I can't remember if it got posted as an eye though. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, so energy retrieval right now it still has an eye. So with any of those ones, they'll get put over here, or I'll flop them back into where they should be up front. The other thing you may notice, cards that get used a lot, I have two of them in the binder, right? So like Ultra Ball, Pokegear 3.0, Air Balloon. These are cards that get used a lot in decks. So I have two play sets in the binder because often I'm building multiple decks at a time. It helps me kind of take care of that. So for certain ones of them, they'll be stashed in our back into the new, right. If they're an eye, they'll go back with eye, but everything else they're going to be getting put away um, in hopes that we get them back, right. I'm hoping we get all these cards back. I don't want them to just go to the wayside and not be able to use them again. Certain ones I'm fine going away, right. We'll never use them in the first place. um, but like Pokemon catcher right now it's J. So these Pokemon catchers I'll move up into J as I'm moving forward. Same thing, I think Potion, Pokeball. Um, what else we got here? Energy Surge, Energy Retrieval. Those are all ones that'll just get reused. But I try to keep them, again, in order from when they come out in sets. It's the easiest for me to kind of track them down and know where they're supposed to be. Um, like I said, that way when I'm building, I can find what I need to a little bit quicker than when I'm always rummaging through a big set of them. So that's kind of what I've been using for the last 2 or 3 years. I've probably had this binder for probably the last 3 years. I've used this exact binder. Um, how do you guys end up building with yours? Right? Do you have a certain way you like to build that makes it easier for you? Um, I like I said, I think that this has been the best way. I do also then have all the Pokemon separated out. So we have a binder of playable EX Pokemon. So that's a whole separate binder that we have, and then we have bulk ETBs of playable Pokemon. So I have HI. We're going to start J here soon, and then G. All the G playable bulk is now just going to go in with the rest of the bulk, and I'll end up trading all that away probably. Um, do you guys have a website you use when you're trying to get rid of bulk? We have a couple we've used in the past. I don't really love them. I can't say it's my favorite thing to have to do to ship off all the bulk, but if I can get some money off of it and buy some cards we actually need, that's kind of a great way to resupply and not have to continue spending other monies, right? So let me know in the comments, right? Is there a bulk area you go to get rid of your stuff? You have a local shop that takes bulk. Unfortunately, here in Western Colorado, there's not many options for shops that take bulk. I would say there's maybe one place that I know that would take it. Um, yeah, so once I get all this divided out, then I'm going to slide all the other um, H's and I's back, and then the J's will start building into the front. So you can tell how full it's getting. I mean, I only got a few more slots till we're into A specs. Same thing in the back here. My stadiums, we're starting to run into the items. Um, and then once we get through stadiums, then I go into supporters. Same thing. These are all built by what sets they come out in. And if they're in multiple sets, I'll still put them in here sometimes, especially like if it's a boss's orders, um, Crispins, Lily's determinations, things we're going to be using a bunch of. I'll still put them in their slots. Um, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to get rid of all the G's. I'll move back H's and I's and start building up where I'm going from there. Um, and then we'll set aside all of our G bulk. And I actually keep all the supporters trainer cards in hopes that it's going to come back in rotation. Um, so I'm going to do some of this. I'll fast forward the video. You don't need to watch me going through all of it, and we'll kind of see where we're at once we get to the end. Once we've kind of reset everything. So let me keep going through this, and hopefully we get a chance to see some cool cards that now we don't get to play with. Kind of a bummer. Oof. All right. Well, now we finally have some breathing room in the in the binder. We got room to grow. Um, I'm going to come back in later and I'll fill in the ones that we don't have play sets for, right? So I have these. They're just all hiding. So I'll go find Hilda, Team Rocket's Giovanni. I'll get these all upright. If I get to the point where I don't have any, so like right now I'm out of this should be oh, sorry, Fighting Gong. So I'm out of Fighting Gongs. I think I've got one or two maybe, but I may go need to find some in bulk. Go to a couple places here in town and see if I can get some bulk. Um, so this is what my binder looks like. This is how I build decks. I get this filled out and then I build from here. And then every so often I'll come back in and I'll refill everything. So I'm ready to start building again. Um, so yeah, when you see all the videos um, that we do, all the shorts, all those decks are pretty much completely built. Occasionally, I have to pull some cards out. Right now, it's mainly pulling out Pokepads because we only have, I think we have 3 play sets. I think we're at 12, maybe 13 Pokepads. But as we go, right, I have plenty of play. This is part of what I do is when a new set comes out, I'll go down to the game stores and I'll ask for bulk trainer cards, and I don't pay very much. I can usually just take a few dollars with me, and I can get um, all of the new trainers, supporters, stadiums for a few bucks, and I get 2 play sets of most everything. So Parker and I both have play sets, and then as we go through, right, as we're going to tournaments, as we get uh, 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 as we get tournament wins and stuff, we get more of the Pokemon packs, and so we're able to get all the stamped ones. Right? Those are our favorite to play with. So that's why I try to fill the binder with as much of our play stamped um, trainer cards because that's what Parker and I both like playing with in our decks. Um, so anyways, that was just a glance at how I do post how I go through rotations, and then this is how I'm going to go through and then build all of our decks. So now I got space to build to put J into, and then next year, right when H goes out, I'll be moving it all again, bringing in more cards. Um, but this has been for me the best way to do it, and this goes to all of our tournaments with me. So if we have to make a change last second, or sometimes I have a buddy who they're like, "Damn, I need one more glass trumpet. I don't have none. I at least have playable stuff with me." Um, so yeah, if I run into you at a tournament, man, and you need an extra night stretcher, I got you right. I'll hook you up. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please smash the like. It helps us out so much. The more likes we get, some comments, let me know how you're doing. We're doing the best we can to help grow the Parkermon community, and we want you guys to do the same. We absolutely love the support. So thank you guys for watching. Have a Poketastic day.